Yeah, and welcome to PapastachePop. So today is part 2 of our introduction to major pentatonic playing. Now the 101, the nuts and bolts of major pentatonic soloing is in the description box below. There's a link, and that is my introduction to major pentatonic playing. Southern rock, country, happy blues, which is kind of ironic, right? All that is major pentatonic, and it really has to be treated completely differently than minor pentatonic. So check out the video below that's not on YouTube, and I swear it'll open up the doors. The light bulb will go ding, right? Because it's what I use to kind of help my own self discover how to play over this, and it has to do more with chords than anything. So check that video out. Now this is part 2. We're going to go from the A chord to the D chord, or the 1 chord to the 4 chord. So we're going to go over riffs in that particular place. So check out lesson 1, check out this one, and the next lesson's gonna be the 4-5 chord to the 1 chord. So check that one out as well. All right, let's zoom in for a closer look, learn some riffs. Okay, so in our last lesson we did the A chord, or the 1 chord, in a 1-4-5 blues progression in A major pentatonic. So we learned about the A, right? So we got our next one would be D. Okay, that would be the 4 chord. Now, since we're trying just to stick with major pentatonic, I'm going to show you riffs. Now, as you get further along the road in major pentatonic and blues playing in general, and you start to have more options, a lot of players will actually go to the minor scale in that particular instance. So let me show you something. So we got A. This will just be a quick diversion, and then I'll pull it all back. All right, so it would be A. Now if I go to D, it just sounds a little bit more tough when you go back to A minor over the D chord, the 4 chord. Now, that being said, let's stick strictly to major pentatonic. In this case, A major. We're going and exploring our D chord. Now, same thing applies where we'd had the A, the E, and the D shapes of the A chord. Let's look for those same things over the D chord. Okay, so we got D here, the A shape, the E shape is on the 10th fret, and then we have the D shape where the D chord goes, where we all know it in open position. Now let's find out what pentatonic positions those reside in. So first position pentatonic, A major pentatonic, has our D chord. Okay, the D chord with the D shape. Now if you notice, this note doesn't really fall into the pentatonic scale per se, and that's where you can borrow notes and it sounds really cool. So check this out. So if we're going, right? And we go to D, and I just borrowed that note right there because that's in the D chord itself, so it's got to be legal, and it's actually, it just goes into a strict A major scale. But for now, let's just you know, stick strictly to our pentatonic scale. So we know in position 1, when we go to the D, we can do that. We can slide up to here, hit the 3rd of our D chord, which is in position 2. Okay? Those 2 notes right out of the D chord, okay? So we can do there. If we went to our E position, it's right next to our A position of the D shape, but it's right here in position 4. So again, right, we can come back to these 2 notes because they're right out of our D chord. And then when we resolve back to A, we're right there again because the D and the A are right next to each other. Right there. Right here, the D chord, if you just flatten out and cover, you got your D chord right there. Here's your A chord. Right? So it's knowing where these chords are in relationship to each other because then you don't even really have to move. You can just sit in one spot. Right? Here. Okay, so we got. And obviously, the same thing applies when you get to the 4 chord. But let's go over riffs that we could learn. So in our A, last lesson, we resolved here. Okay, when we got up, we climbed up. We also went up to here, okay? So what we can do if we're going into the 4 chord, right now we're going to start hammering. We'll use our same roadmap, but we're going to start hammering the chord tones of the D chord. This one works. The A is in the D chord, okay? So we got. Right here. This note, if we're sticking strictly to our scale, these 2 notes will work because it would be, you know, this chord. Right, so we could go. Right, there's our D. So we could just come back. So we went. And then we could slide all the way up to the 4th position. And then we'd be coming into the A chord again. Right, back to the D. So what I did there is I slid into the 11th fret. Okay, I just went back and forth. And now I'm going to slide up. So I slid up B string 14 or 12 to 14. Catch the high E. Slide back into one of those notes out of the D chord. And then it would be leading us right back to our A, where we're already at on our A note. So we can stay on that same note. We don't even have to move. But it's good to change your melodic ideas as the chords go by and lead the listener somewhere. So we got. right there, when I went back to the A, I'm targeting this A. So I went and then slid down, right? From fourth position to third position. And I hit my A right there out of that particular shape. So you can see as we start to use the pentatonic roadmap, let's think of the scale as the highway and the chord tones as the destination, right? Because a highway can get you to where you need to go, but if you don't know where to get off, you're gonna go all over the place getting nowhere. So let's call that the highway of guitar. We're looking for the road map to take us to our destination, our target notes. So that's what you do over a 4 chord. In our next lesson, we'll hit the 5 chord on our way back to the 1 chord, and I'll show you with these same ideas what we can do over E. Yes! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome if you're new. Awesome, you're here, super stoked. There's Papastache 102 over there. Tons of soloing stuff over on that station. There's hard rock, classic rock, metal, psychedelic, session master lessons, all sorts of stuff. Check that out down below. There's also papastache.com. If you like the way I teach, I have a whole series of DVDs and stuff down there in papastache.com, so check that out as well. As for this lesson, again, we're working on that major pentatonic and then transitioning to what could be, country, southern rock, or just, an exploration on the gold, which is when you combine the 2 scales together. But you got to know how to play both of them. So check out the lessons previous and after this one, and I promise it'll help open up some doors for you. You guys are amazing. Thanks for the support. I'll catch you next time.